Hi everyone, my name is Peterson. Today I'll be talking about systems development lifecycle and electronic commerce. I'll be giving you a basic overview of what both of these things mean in today's world. I'm going to start out with the systems development lifecycle. What this is a way that for project management to be assisted, and it gives some sort of guidelines. There are 6 steps that are usually used they call it the waterfall steps, that can be explained to outline the concept of systems development lifecycle. So these 6 steps include quite a few things. So it begins with the evaluation of the existing system. So what I mean by this is that the deficiencies are identified, and this can be done by interviewing users of the system and consulting with support personnel to see where the deficiencies are and see what you really have to pinpoint to perfect the software. The next thing is that flaws will be assessed and pinpointed. The new system requirements have to be defined. In particular, the deficiencies in the existing system must be addressed with specific proposals for improvement. Now, people will meet with different teams and they will come together with each of their plans and see what they need to do to make this new software perfect. Third thing would be corrections are developed. This means that plans for physical construction, the program itself, the hardware development, and most importantly, security is backed up and reaffirmed. On to the next steps. After the corrections are developed, the components are updated to the system. Now this includes installations, and the system is put into use. This can be done gradually by slowly making changes to old software and letting users get used to the changes. Or what happens sometimes is that they will entirely shut down the old software and just implement the new one, which is a more dramatic approach. But if there are serious problems, it's what needs to be done sometimes. Now, finally, after the entire process is completed, it's necessary for teams to check the entirety of the software to be sure that it's free of flaws. Maintenance must be kept up rigorously at all times, and users of the system should be kept up to date on the latest modifications and procedures that the company has been taking. The process that I outlined above is usually called the waterfall model. 6 steps that I walked you guys through. There are also a few other ways to go through this. And there are found, build, and fix, rapid prototyping, incremental, synchronize and stabilize methods, and the list goes on and on. I won't go into detail about all of these sequences, but waterfall seems to be the most basic, and people accept it the most out of any of the other systems. It's usually a great system for things such as accounting, and clerks tend to use it a lot, but it's not applicable in every situation. So a lot of the time, systems development life cycles are a mixture of all of these different models. So the aspects of each system will be jumbled together to reach an ideal method for each individual case, to meet the specific requirements of what each company would like to see happen in their software. Systems development life cycle is one of the most important pieces of technology today, and it is forever improving. Now, on to electronic commerce. This is defined by dictionary.com as business conducted through the use of computers, telephones, fax machines, barcode readers, credit cards, ATMs, or any other electronic appliances without the exchange of paper-based documents. So a few of these aspects include procurement, or the transfer of goods and services through consumers and producers, and or consumers to consumer transactions. So what this means is that it can be trade between, people will be trading between it's consumer to consumer, or Amazon would be producer to consumer, things like that. So it's just every transaction that's occurring on the internet. Older entries are another important piece for companies to stay organized. It's how companies keep track of orders to make orders made from the company. Another thing is transaction processing. To receive the receiving orders, keeping track of terms like methods of payment, how items are to be delivered, and the details of the transaction. So this is just a great way to keep the systems running smoothly and get all of your orders out in the order that they need to be. It even goes so far to keep track of the way that inventory is organized and controlled. Inventory is a great way to stay organized with electronic commerce. Now, as you can see here, it's a warehouse, and then in the bottom corner, I have an example of what a producer might use for their inventory, and it'll just keep track of everything, where each individual item is located and how to reach it, and how many of each product they have, which is just a great piece for the company. It keeps everything much more organized. Now, internet development today has really come a long way, and it's really helped out with all of these things, electronic commerce in particular. Here's one great example that I read up on. It said that in 1996, less than 40 million people around the world had access to the internet. In 2002, over 605 million people had access to it. And also in that article, it explained that in 1996, there were 672,000 domain names. And by 2004, that number had increased to over 48 million. Electronic commerce has allowed for smaller businesses to easily gain access to the global economy as well. After the development of computers, it is a fundamental piece of organizations that has made everything easier for transactions and data collection. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this presentation has helped with your knowledge of e-commerce and systems development lifecycle.